Good morning, Facebook subscribers, Facebook family, and YouTube subscribers. It's once again time for me to talk. And today is Wednesday, March the 5th. And I can't consider, in some of my videos, I seem to have irritated a few people because I use the N word, nigga. Some people do not like that word because they see it as a very negative word that supposed to describe African Americans. It's supposed to be an ethnic slur against African Americans. I see it differently, but so I wanted to take a look at the history of the word nigger. Where did it come from, and how did it become this negative word? Well, the word nigger, which is a noun, the word nigger is a noun in the English language. The word originated as a neutral term referring to black people. So, as a variation of the Spanish, Portuguese noun negro. So, negro and nigger are both related to each other. Often used disparagingly by the mid-20th century, particularly in the United States, its uses became ambiguously a common ethnic slur usually directed at blacks of sub-Saharan African descent, blacks from Africa. So, how did this word in the early 1800s, which was just used to describe black people, become this negative word that today has so many people upset when you say it? Because it just meant black people. It didn't mean anything negative in the early 1800s, late 1700s, right in the 1800s. So it just meant that you were, it was a description no different than Negro, black, colored. They all referred to African American people, what we call African American today. Because at one point people didn't even want to be called African American or black people. Now today we prefer either African American or black. Some people don't like that even still. But how did this word become such a negative word? I'm going to give you a little history about my father. If you ever watch my videos, I've talked about my father. My father was from Louisville, Mississippi. He grew up there in the 20s or 30s. I need to find the exact date of birth. But anyway, my father grew up in Louisville, Mississippi. And my father, I was born in 1970. And in the 70s, my father used the word nigga every damn day. Nigga, get that damn newspaper. Nigga, sit your ass down someplace. Nigga, get your ass to school. And so for me, growing up in a household, it was never a negative word because my father used this word like it was just taking a bath. It was just a word that he used on a regular basis. You also have to remember during the 70s, we had Richard Pryor, Red Fox. We had all these comedians from the 60s and the 70s and early 80s who used the word nigga, but it wasn't this negative word that it has become today. Although my father used the word nigga, I kind of saw it as him affectionately telling us using it, but it wasn't in a negative way that people see it today. I can remember my father using that word consistently throughout the day. But I'll never forget one day, my father, we would go fishing. And we were sitting out there fishing one day, and my father was telling us stories about living in Mississippi and why they left Mississippi. And he told me the stories of how they would come, white Klans members or just white folks in general in Mississippi, how they would come looking for the smart, intelligent, black niggas who could read, write, who were doctors, who were intelligent. Those were the people white Americans looked for to lynch. They weren't looking for black people or blacks who were slaves. Well, they weren't slaves at this point, but I guess were they still sharecroppers? I don't even know that, but they weren't looking for blacks who were uneducated, who couldn't read. My father could not read nor write. This is why he could not read nor write, because his parents didn't want him to read or write because they knew it would endanger his life. living in Mississippi. So they would come looking for the niggas who could read and write, who were teaching other blacks to read and write, who were teaching other blacks how to own property, how to buy land, how to, if you were a smart black person in Mississippi, your ass was going to get lynched. You were the niggas they went after. Not so. To him, now this is my father telling me this as a kid, to him, the niggers were the smart ones because they didn't come looking for dumb niggas to lynch. They went after the ones that presented a challenge to them. The smart niggas. The ones who could read, who could write, who had an education of some sort, somehow. The pastors who were teaching members of their family, members of their church to read were lynched. See, a lot of us don't know our history. We seem to just think they were randomly attacking black people. Oh no, they had a game plan in mind. They went after the smartest and the brightest for a reason. They wanted those smart people to die. And they lynched them, and they did kill them. They lynched them, and sometimes they burned them. So we have to, see, we don't know that history. Because you're not going to pick up a history book and say, the white folks went after the intelligent black folks in the 1920s and 1930s and 40s in the South. They're not going to tell you that. Because that's a truth they don't want ever revealed. But they weren't going after dumb black folks. They went after the smart ones who presented a challenge to white Americans of the South, the niggas. So in my father's eyes, he always viewed that term nigger, when the white folks were using it, they were looking for the ones who could read, the ones who could write, the intelligent ones, so they can string their asses up on a tree. Now, when did this word, let's go back to the word nigger, when did this word take on all these negative connotations? Obviously during that period of time when they were lynching niggas. Since the white folks came running out there, we looking for the niggas. Whereas all black folks here, which nigga you looking for? But they knew who they wanted. They wanted the smart nigga. They didn't want them dumb niggas, the ones that couldn't read or write, they presented no challenge to the system. They didn't want them because they needed them to work in the fields. They couldn't lynch all of them. They had to have some blacks to work and still be during this period of time. Like I said, this is a subject that we don't really discuss, and you won't hear it in the history book. So that's when the word nigger began to take on these negative connotations. When they started lynching black folks, which they probably have been lynching black folks since the 1800s here in America, since when they first got them over here on the ship. Folks, the slaves who didn't want to do what needed to be done, I'm sure they lynched their ass did, because I'm quite sure there were some slaves that said, I'm not doing this. They beat the crap out of them and probably lynched them because some of them probably just were not going to get with the program. Unfortunately, all of our ancestors got with the program, which is why black folks are so complacent today, because it's in our DNA. Our ancestors who lived through that were complacent. And nothing has changed. We're still complacent today. That's another video. I'm getting off subject. But here we are dealing with the word nigger and how it went from just a description of black people to meaning something terribly horrible. So I get all these videos and these messages from people who dislike that I use the word nigger. See, the word nigger don't mean anything to me negative. I refuse to let a word like nigger or faggot or whatever negative words are out there. I'm not going to give somebody a button to push and allow this word to ruin my day. That's all they can do today. You call me a nigger? Give me a break. Yeah, I'm a nigger. I'm a proud nigger. What about it? Yeah, I'm a faggot. I'm a proud faggot. What about it? See, those words don't mean shit to me. They don't mean nothing to Walter Hampton. I refuse to let a word ruin my day, because that's all they can do at this point, is ruin your day. Why would you allow somebody to have that button to push? The N word, we got black folks got to wake up. We got so many other issues to deal with. So many other much more serious issues to deal with. We being called a nigger every day in the public school system by the non-education of our children, the miseducation of our children. The public school systems need to be closed. These kids aren't learning anything there. And they never will learn anything there because it wasn't designed for them to learn anything there. But we got to worry about y'all, we got enough time to sit and have debates and conversations and all these discussions about the word, the N-word. When will we wake up? There's so many other things we need to worry about. So they've taken this word and they've allowed a word that originated as a neutral term referring to black people. Now it's this horrible word. Do you know in 2007, the city of New York banned, the city of New York City banned the use of the word nigger? Really? On February 28, 2007, the New York City Council symbolically banned with a formal resolution the use of the word nigger. However, there is no penalty for using it. The people in New York got way more problems than sitting around worrying about the use of the word nigger. You got to be damn kidding. What them niggas up there in New York? But anyway, I think that sometimes we need to sit down and learn a little bit more about our history and about where we've been, where we're from. And that's the problem with African Americans. We don't know shit about our background. We don't know nothing about where we've been and how we got here and the situation that took place. A lot of us don't know. In South Carolina, Florida, Georgia, Mississippi, Texas, Alabama, Louisiana, these white folks were lynching the smartest black folks in those states. Why do you think these blacks are so stupid there now? See, we don't know that history. They don't want you to know this history. They went after the smartest and the brightest for a reason, and look what's left down there. Look what's left in those states. Look what it damaged they did. Why do you think blacks are so against education? Because in our minds, in our DNA, we knew education could get us killed. That's 2014. And blacks are still anti-education. So this mess was indoctrinated to us back 20, 30, 40 years ago. And it's still 20, 30, 50, 60, 100 years ago. And it's still affecting us today mentally. I was in school. I was criticized because I love reading. I love knowledge. I love learning. The other students and some of the teachers, they didn't like that. How can a teacher not like seeing their child, their students, involved in education? And white folks didn't like it, though. When I was in Cincinnati, Ohio, I went through hell with those white administrators and teachers at Aiken High School. They didn't like it because I was one of the smartest. I would challenge those teachers. And them teachers came out of the hills of Kentucky and Ohio. And now, let me explain something. In Cincinnati, Ohio, the teachers came out of Kentucky and Indiana, the country, to come drove into Cincinnati every day to educate all these black kids. That's why Cincinnati is the hellhole it is today. Can you imagine these folks coming out of the country? You got a school full of black students, all white teachers. I had maybe one or two black teachers in Cincinnati, Ohio. Now in Gary, Indiana, had all black teachers who wanted you to get an education. These white folks didn't give a damn about you getting an education in Cincinnati, Ohio. Why would they care? They didn't care. Well, I'm getting off subject again. But anyway, guys, let's try to learn our history. Let's try to learn where we came from, where this word nigger came from, and what it meant, and what it means today. Nothing. That's how I feel. If you like my videos, please click like and give me some feedback on what you think about the use of the word nigger. Does it get your blood pressure up? Does it anger you? Does it get you mad? Does any of these words like nigger, faggot, any of these negative words, does it anger you? They don't anger me. Because I know they don't mean anything. They only mean something if you allow it to. Let's learn our history. We need to know where we came from, how African Americans ended up in the situation we are sitting in today. That's the only way we're going to figure out. To get where we're going, we got to know where we've been. And a lot of us just don't know where we've been in America. We have no clue. Anyway, I'm out of here. If you like my videos, please click like, share them with family members and friends and enemies and everybody you know. But I'm very curious to hear you all's opinions and thoughts on the use of the word nigga in 2014. Does it need to stop? Does it bother you? Or is it just another word? You all have a great day. I'm out. Bye.